The dinner tonight is the dinner that I would choose if I was on death row and this was my last dinner. This is our 4th symposium, the Mark Twain dinner. We are cooking 35 things from a list that Mark Twain wrote of things that he wanted to eat when he got home because he felt that the food in Europe sucked. I put this list in my pie cookbook. It's really my guiding principle for Bubby's, for understanding American food. Tonight's guest speaker is Andrew Beahrs. He wrote a book called Mark Twain's Feast. Really did a great job writing this book. I find it particularly interesting that we were both drawn to this list.
I first came across the menu in A Tramp Abroad. There's a wonderful build-up to it where he's talking about, his favorite American breakfast, where he says, if only an angel could sweep down out of a better land and bring me a 2-inch thick porterhouse steak, biscuits, buttermilk cakes with fresh maple syrup, and coffee with real cream. That was kind of an invitation to me to start, well, okay, what kinds of flavors exactly would he experienced, and how can you reproduce those today?
Mark Twain was mostly interested in the ingredients themselves. In this list, he didn't tell us how to make this stuff.
This menu could be seen not only as a menu, but also as a kind of memoir, because he was eating these foods in their places of origin when they could only be eaten there. You just weren't sending sheep's head 1,000 miles, or you weren't eating lake trout from Tahoe anywhere but Tahoe.
Right.
And Twain was in Tahoe for a month in 1861, that's it. And so you can go back and see exactly what kind of fish would have been there and how he might have been most likely to taste it.
One of the things that I've always been impassioned about was the ingredients that go into American cooking. Where's the frog legs? I've never cooked a dinner with 35 choices on it. Shit is going to absolutely hit the fan. So we have radishes, we have fried oysters, frog legs, mussels, stewed oysters, rainbow trout fried in bacon fat. We got wild turkey, duck, fried chicken, Southern style. This is the same chicken I cook every day. Bacon and collard greens. We've got celery. Mark Twain loved celery for some weird reason. Mashed potatoes, string beans, succotash, butter beans, roasted vegetables with sweet potatoes, turnips, butternut squash, pumpkin, apple fritters, which were amazing, apple pie, pumpkin pie, buttermilk in a pitcher, ice water. Mark Twain loved ice water. Before the freezer, it was sort of a luxury item, but we have ice water tonight. The theme of tonight's dinner is this menu that Mark Twain wrote. Bubby's has been guided along by this list that really highlights the changed landscape of America and American food. It's really been Bubby's vision to participate in the restoration of American food and agriculture. Andrew Beahrs wrote this book called Twain's Feast.
Thank you. I'd like to talk to you tonight a bit about Mark Twain's love of food, but to understand Twain's love of food, it might be best actually to think about the food that Mark Twain hated. When he talked about the hotel food in Europe, he was completely merciless. And after traveling through Germany for some time, the phrases he most wanted to master in German were, this tea isn't good, this coffee isn't good, this bread seems old, and isn't that something in the butter? In contrast, when he talked about foods that he loved, he used phrases like fresh, genuine, earnest, generous, and real. This is a real celebration, the menu that we're going to enjoy, and I think that eating Twain's foods absolutely should be a celebration. It's a very appealing vision, a local rooted cuisine where travel meant trying truly new things. Thanks a lot.
There's 35 things to try, so enjoy yourselves.
I'm not leaving without trying everything. It's kind of the opportunity of a lifetime.
I think the attendance tonight was really nice, and people seem enthusiastic about it, which I'm I'm really happy and grateful that Mark Twain took the time to write this menu.
I don't think Mark Twain ever came this close to his ideal feast menu in his life. This is the food of his childhood brought into the present day, and it's wonderful.
This is the pinnacle of my cooking life, cooking this dinner. I wish that you were here tonight.